People of note.
All right, so tell me what's your name.
My name is Brant, and I'm with the Aeronauts. Yeah.
And you're a steampunk band, is that correct? Or do you call yourselves that?
We how we categorize it is we are a rock band, but we dress up steampunk. We enjoy steampunk and we like it and we love the aesthetic. Lyrically, we're not particularly steampunk. We're more of a just like kind of a rock band, very storytelling. That's a tricky question because there's a lot of not debate, but discussion over what a steampunk band is and like that kind of thing. We feel we encompass it somewhat because we have the kind of gypsy-ish thing that's very, very acoustic, besides the electric guitar, but not too electronic, nothing too digital. And we have a very storytelling, like big dramatic aspect, which we find steampunk to be very big and dramatic generally. And we started off, we were playing before we had the steampunk thing going. We started about 4 years ago. This is a long answer. We started about 4 years ago. You can cut it up. And me and the drummer did, and then we've had some member changes. At about April of last year, we got our CD done and really started kind of hitting the road and trying to get where we are now. Like starting to kind of get this as that next big step where we play Dragon Con, etc.
But tell me, what inspires your music? What things inspire you?
Girls. A lot of, I take things that I'm not a very sad person. Obviously, you see me on stage and I run around and I'm happy and I'm enjoying myself. There are things that I've gone through that, of course, try me and give me a hard time and make me learn things. And I kind of write about the things that affect me the most. And it's not always girls, but a lot of times it can be. I'm exaggerating, but of course I buried them in metaphors and change up the stories. And some of them, like there's a song called Queen of Spades, which the whole intro sounds very metaphorical. But it's quite literally, I met a girl on the street. I had seen a picture of her before because she sent us an email about being in our band as a dancer. Met her on the street. I did her a card trick where I ripped up a Queen of Spades and it was back in her hands. And months later, where we ended up going on a date, she had that card in her purse, the folded up card from the trick. So it's kind of that, if you go and listen to the song, Queen of Spades, then you can listen to the intro and realize that it's exactly a real life story. Just sounds like a very metaphorical thing.
You really have a lot of high energy music. It's a very intense show.
It's fun. I love playing music. It's what I want to do, and that's why I'm trying to do everything that I can to play out all the time and do it, because it's the funnest thing for me. And I've from a young boy, I've always been a fan of bands that are good but entertaining. Like even from little, like the first show that I ever saw when I was 12, 9, ages, was Garth Brooks, and he's swinging from the rafters and he's doing all this stuff. But he's also really good at performing and really kind-hearted, and just like on stage he gives off a very kind-hearted vibe. Ben Folds 5 is another big influence for me, and he's very entertaining. He doesn't do like gimmicks exactly, but he's just so energetic. And of all the shows that I've seen, I have to say that Ben Folds was my favorite because he interacts with the crowd so well in a big room, and I've still yet to perfect that. When we play a small room, I talk to people more and I have more interactions. We have a big room, it's that I'm still getting used to that kind of separation. There's almost a kind of a separation because there's 1,000 people in there and there's no way I can kind of interact with all of them, so I kind of that's something I'm still kind of working on, is interacting with a bigger crowd, because I love that. And all that energy is on stage, but if I can get the crowd's energy even more involved, it's way more fun for everybody.
Another person I interviewed once was John Strangeway.
Oh yeah, he's my buddy.
But I noticed that don't you have a song about steampunk Boba Fett?
Yes,
do you not?
We do. It's on our EP because it's just a silly little song. Like obviously that is steampunk music because we're singing about steampunk Boba Fett. That was just a fun one we did. We recorded a video of it. It's on YouTube because we wanted a video of us performing live before we had a regular music video. Cheaper because we don't have a lot of money as a band. Chimes are tricky. And B, I'm, again, as I've said before, a big fan of somebody who is entertaining but can perform the music, that can do it. And you can see a great band that you love, and if they're boring live, then you're like, I might go back and see them. But if you see a band that's even, okay, but awesome live, I'm going to go back to see them. there's a couple bands that I wouldn't play their music in my car, but I will go see them live if they're there. I will pay the money because it's so fun to see them. But if you can grab both, if you can do the Ben Folds 5 thing, if you can do the Garth Brooks thing, which is a weird thing to pull out at a steampunk show, if you can do the Muse thing and be just phenomenal live and be entertaining, that's why I think those bands are lasting. Well, Muse hasn't lasted, but if those other bands are lasting because they can perform, because they can entertain. And same thing, like my dad and I went back for Christmas this last year, and I see he travels a lot, I travel a lot, and ended up one night just going on YouTube, and we have in our favorites, I have on my channel, in my personals and his, a bunch of folders of live performances that we like, because we both like the kind of full circle thing. It makes sense.
Do you examine those and try to work in some of those techniques?
I try to. It's more of an internalizing it, and it's tricky. I like to just watch them and enjoy them. It's an enjoyment thing.
Passion is the key.
Passion is the key. Felicia Day is here. I could go on a whole giant tangent about how she's made so many amazing things from being passionate and just doing what she wants to do. She does what she wants to do. She's super passionate about it, and it's quality, and it's huge. The guild has become giant because she does what she wants to do. I'm repeating myself. I'm very amped up after the show. Because it's quality, and she loves it, and there's nobody else. There's no third party telling her what to change, and obviously you don't need that all the time because it's worked for her, and it's worked for so many other people at this point. That's why the internet culture has kind of destroyed the bigger media in a way, but things that are good will find their way to the crowd and find their way through word of mouth to everybody, like the guild. And I gave her CDs. And on the off chance I just, who knows, it might mean nothing.
I stood in line to see her this morning. She's one of my heroes too.
She's shorter than me, which makes me happy. I don't know why, because I'm very short and most people are taller than me. You see all these people and they're giant. They're this big on my TV screen, but they're way bigger than me in real life.
Well, it was a real pleasure.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys very much. Hey, you guys are already so pumped up. That doesn't mean stop. We're gonna do one that's more grooving. Do this right here. Do it. Hips fly. I believe I can fly. That move right there. I believe I can touch the sky. Can you get my monitor turned up? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, hey! When we first met, I must admit, it was a couple hours I won't forget. When you left, I couldn't think, my mind wouldn't quit. Hey, what do you get when you put a vest on an alligator? An investigator.